Welcome back to Stock Predictor, the channel where we break down wealth building, financial independence, and market strategy in ways anyone can understand. Today, we're diving into something powerful, something that truly changes the way you think about money forever. These are the 8 levels of financial freedom. Not just earning more, not just saving more, true freedom. The kind of freedom where work becomes optional, stress becomes minimal, and money becomes a tool, not a trap. Now, the reason most people never reach financial independence is because they don't understand where they are on the journey. They don't know what stage they're in, what goals matter most right now, or what their next step should be. But once you understand these 8 levels, everything becomes clear. You'll know exactly what to focus on, what to avoid, and how to upgrade your financial life level by level. So, let's begin with the most basic starting point and rise all the way up to complete financial independence, the stage where you never have to worry about money again. At the very first level, you're simply trying to survive. This is where many people start, and there's no shame in it. This is the paycheck to paycheck phase. Your goal at this level isn't to invest, isn't to build wealth, and isn't to retire early. Your goal is stability. Every dollar matters. Bills feel heavy. Even small unexpected expenses can create stress. Maybe you're working a job that pays too little, or you haven't learned yet how to manage money efficiently. But here's the good news. Almost everyone begins here. And everyone can rise above it. To get out of financial survival mode, you need 2 things: more income and more discipline. This is where budgeting matters. This is where picking up a part-time gig, learning a new skill, or asking for a raise can make a huge difference. Once you cover your basic needs and have a small buffer, you're ready for the next level. The second level is financial stability. This is where things start getting better. You're still not comfortable, but you're no longer drowning. Your bills are paid on time. You've built a small emergency fund, maybe 1 or 2 months of expenses. You're not debt-free yet, but the debt is under control. The anxiety begins to fade a little. At this stage, your biggest win is momentum. You're proving to yourself that you can manage money responsibly, and you're building habits that will carry you forward. A lot of people stop here because they feel things are good enough. But you don't want to stop. You want to level up. The third level is debt freedom from bad debt. This is one of the most empowering levels. You eliminate toxic debt, credit cards, personal loans, high-interest payments that eat your income. Once the bad debt is gone, everything changes. You feel lighter. Your income starts serving you instead of lenders. At this level, for the first time, you can breathe financially. Your extra money becomes fuel for the journey ahead, not an anchor pulling you down. But being debt-free doesn't make you financially free. It just opens the door. And that leads us to the 4th level, financial security. This is where you have 6 months to 1 year of living expenses saved. This is huge. If you lose your job, you're safe. If the economy tanks, you're safe. If something unexpected happens, you're safe. This level gives you confidence. It gives you power. It gives you the ability to make choices from a place of strength, not fear. But too many people mistake financial security for true financial independence. They're not the same. Security means you're protected. Independence means you're free. There's a big difference. That's where we reach the 5th level, financial flexibility. This is where your money starts giving you options. Maybe you want to switch careers. Maybe you want to reduce your work hours. Maybe you want to take a break, travel, or start a side business. Financial flexibility means you now have investments or savings that give you room to experiment without risking your entire life's stability. At this level, your net worth is growing. Your income is more than your expenses. And your investments are no longer tiny, they're beginning to make a difference. You're not rich yet, but you're definitely not stuck. This is usually the point where people realize they can dream bigger. And that brings us to the 6th level, financial independence. This is the milestone most people talk about, the stage where your investments cover all your essential expenses, your housing, your food, your bills, your lifestyle. You don't need a job to survive. Your money pays for your life. Imagine waking up knowing your investments earned more last night than your job would in a week. Imagine not worrying about losing your income because you don't rely on a job anymore. That's financial independence. At this stage, work becomes optional. You can still work if you want to, but you're not forced to. Everything changes mentally once you hit this level. Life opens up, but we're not done yet. The 7th level is financial freedom. This isn't just covering the basics, this is covering everything. Your essentials, your lifestyle, your fun, your goals, vacations, hobbies, experiences, all paid for by your investments. This is the stage where you live life on your terms. You can choose where to live, how to spend your time, and what your future looks like. Transparency, peace, and control define this level. People here often say, "I feel like I got my life back." But there is still one final level. The one almost nobody talks about. The one that very few achieve, but anyone can aim for. The 8th and final level is financial abundance. This is when you have far more money than you need. Not just enough to live comfortably, not just enough to live freely, but enough to create generational impact. You can help your family, support causes you believe in, start businesses, donate to charities, or leave a legacy. At this level, money is no longer something you manage. It's something you direct. You are in complete control, and your wealth is growing beyond your personal needs. But here's the truth about these 8 levels. Everyone dreams of the top, but mastery comes from understanding where you are right now. The real journey starts with being brutally honest with yourself. What level are you on? Are you just surviving, building stability, freeing yourself from debt, strengthening your security, expanding your options, reaching independence, or living in total freedom? Once you know your level, the path becomes obvious. If you're in survival mode, your focus is simple: stabilize your income, reduce unnecessary spending, and build basic financial habits. If you're stable, your next goal is eliminating bad debt. If you're debt-free, your mission is security, cash reserves that protect you. If you're secure, your goal shifts to growth, more income, more investing, more opportunities. If you want independence, you need assets that pay you, like stocks, ETFs, real estate, or online income streams. Every level requires a different mindset, a different strategy, a different version of you. Let's break that down clearly so you know exactly what to do next, no matter where you are. If you're early in the journey, your mindset should be discipline, consistency, and survival. You're building the foundation. You're learning to live below your means. You're learning to respect money and control it, instead of letting it control you. When you move into stability, your mindset becomes organization. You track your spending. You create systems. You build habits that make money easier to manage. When you start eliminating debt, your mindset shifts to freedom. You gain energy. You gain motivation. You gain belief that you can do this. When you reach security, your mindset becomes protection. You protect your future. You protect your time. You protect your progress. As you reach flexibility, your mindset becomes exploration. You try things. You test new income streams. You invest with confidence. Once you approach independence, your mindset becomes strategy. You're optimizing your investments. You're expanding your assets. You're building passive income. When you reach true financial freedom, your mindset becomes lifestyle design. You decide how you want your life to look. And when you hit abundance, your mindset becomes legacy. You think bigger than yourself. So how do you actually move through these levels? Consistent investing, smart saving, higher income, better decisions, and time. Time is your greatest ally. Even small investments grow into something powerful when given time. The goal isn't to get rich fast. The goal is to get free forever. Financial freedom isn't about having millions of dollars. It's about having enough money to live life the way you want. And once you understand these 8 levels, you can start climbing them with purpose. You might be at level 1 today, but you can be at level 3 in a year. You might be at level 3 today, but you can be at level 5 in a few years. You might be at level 5 today, but you can reach level 7 with the right plan. Everyone's journey is different, but the destination is the same: freedom. You deserve a life where money isn't a source of stress. You deserve to wake up excited, not exhausted. You deserve a future where your time belongs to you. So ask yourself right now, which level are you on? And what's the very next step you can take today to move to the next? Once you figure that out, everything changes. If you found this breakdown valuable, hit like, subscribe to Stock Predictor, and let me know in the comments which level you believe you're currently at. Your financial freedom journey starts now, one level at a time.